Hello everyone, welcome to the press conference. Today we're joined by Evil Geniuses coming off of their victory against FUT ESPORTS. If you'd like to ask a question, please use the Zoom hand raise feature. We will start with pre-submitted written questions. We have a series of questions for Potter. The first question comes from Ganesh at Strafe. Evil Geniuses has started on a great foot. First of all, how are you feeling about the win?
Feeling good, feeling really good. Second map definitely got a little shaky, but we're shaking that off completely. It's not really how we started it. We're just proud of how we ended it. So definitely feeling confident that we closed out that second map.
Thank you. And about the second half, we saw EG struggle to take on sites, but you called a timeout and changed the situation around. What did you address in the timeout?
Several things, but one thing that we identified was that they were very grouped, and even though we had a lot of advantages early on in that half, we weren't able to convert. A little bit unlucky on our trades, but we just fixed our spacing and reinforced our confidence.
Thank you. Next question comes from Chris at Spin Esports, also for Potter. How important was having Demon 1 in Tokyo?
It was a little bit important. It's very important, very important. Max has definitely elevated this entire squad for the past couple months, and we're feeling reinvigorated. The kind of confidence that Max provides for the team, just in general, we feed off that. So it was very, very good. Feeling very motivated as soon as we found out that he was actually going to be able to make it.
Thank you. We'll now open the floor for remote media questions. First question from Brandon at Esports GG.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on the win. This will go to Boostio. Speaking about Lotus, the second map there, you had a huge game, 35-19. On the Killjoy, we saw you kind of just running into spawn at times, the teammates setting you up, just really going after it, feeling yourself. I'd just like to ask you, where you were finding the value individually on a, not a typical fragging agent, as well as how are your teammates helping you find that value as well?
Yeah, I think, of course, with Com and Ethan, they're always very good at supporting. If you look at that ace, the only reason I got it was because of Ethan's flash. And then Corbin set me up from me as well for 4K with the stun. So, yeah, it's all about their neutral, not really about me, but it feels good to have that kind of type of performance on the international stage. I feel very good right now.
Thank you. Next question from Sons of KS Latam.
Thank you very much. I have a question for Potter, but I'm gonna change it. This question is for who would you like to answer. Is there any team that they want to face and why?
Anyone?
Let Max do it. Let Max.
Who do you want to?
This one's for Max. No.
The team I want to play is obviously Fnatic because all the comparisons, their versus Demon 1, the ball buff, all of that. So I want to play Fnatic definitely. Can't wait to see him in the playoffs.
Thank you very much and congratulations for the first win.
Thank you. Next question from Declan at Dead Circle.
Hey, my question's for Team and One. I was just wondering how the first match on international stage felt. Did it live up to hype?
The first match was exciting. Obviously a bigger crowd, different setup and all of that, different PCs. Definitely way worse. Kind of impacted my gameplay, but I'll get used to it over time. But it was super fun, the crowd and all that. Just cheering. It was super cool to see.
Thank you. Next question from Diogo VLR GG.
Thank you. This question is for Ethan. Obviously, Boostio was a really big contributor to you guys hanging in on Lotus, but do you think you can point out any other factors that let you kind of stay in the game?
Yeah, other than his individual performances, his calling also helped a lot. We closed out Split because of the calling. We started off well in defense, but we closed it out super cleanly on Split. And on Lotus, same thing. We started out okay, and the closing part was the important part. And that was a lot of him mid-rounding and calling, and everyone having faith in the system.
Thank you. Next question from Declan at Sergo.
Hi again. This question's for Joagma. So you guys have talked a lot about kind of expectations in VCT Americas and even kind of before coming here somewhat. Has your relationship with pressure from those expectations or the lack thereof kind of changed at all since the start of the season for you or personally for the team at all?
I think the expectations got any pressured by any of us. I think we just had our own game, and especially our individual skill. Like we have no limit on us. Once somebody else is hype, the rest of the team's hype, and it just goes like it's a domino effect. Like we're always gonna make sure we're on top of each other, make sure that we have our plays correct, and if we're not doing well, we're gonna pick somebody else up, and that's why we're a team.
Thank you. Declan, did you have another question?
Yeah, just a quick one. I'll direct it at Con, but really anybody can pick it up. So we heard some of the EG comms after some of the Boostio plays. I was just wondering for everybody on the team, have you ever heard him get that high of a pitch before in scrims or anything?
Well, with Boosty, even when we were playing in VCT Americas, you could hear him in the crowd. You could probably even hear him call some of the strats too. It's just he's super loud, and honestly, when he's super loud, we're winning. So I'm happy with him.
Thank you. Are there any questions from on-site media?
Hi, congratulations for your victory. This question is for Ethan. I believe it was you that in the pre-event press conference, I believe it was you that said you really don't have any expectations into this event. You're just happy with whatever you take home. And now that you've beaten the third best team in EMEA 2-0, did that change? Do you have more confidence that you're going to make it deep into this tournament?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, any win is going to help with confidence. I think we'll bring that into our next game, whoever we play against. I come with the mindset for a lot of events that we're underdogs. I think it helps a lot mentally. It worked really well for the regular season with no expectations. So I'm going to keep it that way myself. The goal is always to win, though, for sure.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other on-site media questions? All right, I think that concludes our press conference. Thank you very much, Evil Geniuses, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the press conference. Today we are joined by FUT ESPORTS. If you have any questions for the team or the coach, please use the Zoom hand raise feature and we will call on you. We will start with some written questions. The first question goes to Mr. Valin from the street. What went wrong today? Was it just the first game jitters that took you guys?
Well, actually, just couldn't stick again the circuit. I think if we might take it this side now because we didn't take any to one circuit. We just just lose so many matches. And we couldn't stick in the game on circuit. But on Lotus, we might have a good game. But as it stands, trying to pick one by one or just miscommunication, I think that's a good game.
Thank you. Next question for guys. Split hasn't been the best map for FUT. What was the reason behind keeping the map open?
We did it because our fracture is not that good either. So gambling on split was the better thing to do, but we couldn't do it. We had some trouble on split. It'll happen one day, and we'll make it happen one day, but it just wasn't today.
Thank you. Next question also for Mr. Fali. How did you prepare for the upcoming game, or how will you prepare for the upcoming game, and what will be the major talking points after today's game?
Like I said before, just every time just to play our game plan, try first. if it's not going to work, we're just going to understand them. But in the beginning, when we are doing something and it's not going to work, we just understand it. Like sometimes it's just being too late, you know. If you just go like, I don't know, 10 to 5, you have to know that you just stick in your game, you have to do understand, and it's not working, then you're just losing the game. And that's it. But every time we're just playing our game start first. If it's not, then we're going to understand. That's it.
Thank you. Are there any remote media questions? Yes, we have a question from Declan at Cerno.
This question is for Mr. Bob, but anybody can answer if you have opinions. Just wondering how you guys felt about the crowd today and how it kind of compared to ACT login.
Diyor ki kalabalık nasıldı? Sence buradaki crowd nasıldı ve VCT Lokin'e kıyasla buradaki kalabalığı, buradaki taraftar kitlesini nasıl değerlendirirsin?
I think it's better than the Lokin by the way right now because there is so much there's no professionals in Lokin. The people are just cheering everyone right now. They don't know some side picking, you know, that every time now. They're just picking, not only every Genesis, you know, they're just cheering for us too. I think it's better for us, but I don't know, we just play our game right now. I think our friends may be a little upset right now, but it's not again, actually.
Thank you. Next question from Rohan Esports GG.
Hello, this question is for whoever wants to answer. This was the first match of VALORANT Masters Tokyo, and obviously there's going to be some pressure. How did you guys deal with, is there any added pressure when it comes to the first match, and how did you guys deal with it?
İlk maça çıkarken baskı hissettiniz mi? Yani ilk maça özel bir baskı hissettiniz mi üzerinizde? Hissettiyseniz de bu tarz baskılarla nasıl başa çıkıyorsunuz?
Uzun zamandır ben oynadığımız için olarak yeniden başladık. O yüzden şu anda bir sıkıntı yaşamadık. Bence kilit anahtar burada ne kadar çok fazla lansman oynarsak o kadar tecrübeleniriz ve o içimizdeki şey gidiyor bence.
There was not that much of an added pressure. We've been playing on LAN together as a team, together as 5 people for a long time now, starting with Lokin and added with EMEA League. I think the key is to play as many LAN tournaments as possible so that added pressure dwindles down as much as possible.
Thank you. Next question from Diogo at VLRGG.
Thank you. This question is for Maj about Lotus. I'm just looking to know if you've thought about what kind of led EG fight back on the final rounds of the map.
Moj, sana bu soru. Lotus'tan birazcık. Was the question about Lotus or yeah, it is about Lotus, right?
Yes.
Okay. Son roundlarda yani yavaş yavaş böyle geri döndü. 12-9'dan geri döndü diye hatırlıyorum ben de EG. Orayı bize birazcık daha açabilir misin? Neden bu şekilde sonuçlandı maç?
Sonuç round yanlış karar alarak ilerledik, o yüzden uzatmaya kalktı.
Well, we just made some bad decisions towards at the last 3 rounds. So yeah, that is it basically. That's why it went to overtime and then they won.
Thank you. Are there any on-site media questions? All right, I think that's all the questions we have today. Thank you very much for joining us on FUT ESPORTS.
Thank you.
Thank you.